Hello to everyone joining us at TEDxBritishSchoolManila. I hope you are all keeping safe and well. COVID-19 has radically changed the way we live. As new variants of the virus emerge, cases continue to rise, reaching record highs even over a year and a half since the pandemic started. Recently, the number of confirmed infections have surpassed 1.8 million, leaving at least 31,000 dead. The economy remains under tremendous strain, and many Filipinos are still struggling to make ends meet. Even the most established businesses are in survival mode. Employees are being laid off, families are losing their livelihood, and the poor are only getting poorer. Such a situation has only made it clearer. A multifaceted problem like this pandemic requires a multidimensional, whole-of-society approach. Today's topic on the importance of Bayanihan is very relevant. Bayanihan links heroism, bayani, to the community, the bayan. To engage in Bayanihan means to act together with the community, to exhibit communal responsibility and the spirit of cooperation, solidarity, and collaboration, knowing that the only way through any challenge is together. At the Office of the Vice President, we have been fortunate witnesses to the power of Bayanihan in our daily work. In fact, partnerships and constant collaboration serve as the lifeblood of many of our initiatives. Since our office has a limited mandate and budget, we look for partners in the private and development sector to fill in the gaps that we see in our communities. Through our flagship anti-poverty program, Angat Buhay, we positioned our office as a conduit between organizations who are willing to help and lend their skills or resources and communities who most needed help. Help that is sustainable and scalable rather than cosmetic one-time, big-time assistance. In our 5 years in office, we have met so many of our people and heard how their stories have been transformed. When we found out that dropout rates are high in places where students had to walk very far just to go to school, we built dormitories in those areas, allowing children to continue their education. We have farmers in Iloilo and Bicol whose income and sources of livelihood improved because our trainings and capacity buildings gave them access to wider markets. We have mental health patients getting a fresh start at our mental health facility in San Remigio, Cebu. Families in Marawi and Albay rebuilding their lives and reclaiming their dignity at our Angat Buhay village shelters. And far-flung communities switching on lights in their homes for the first time through our solar electrification initiatives. In every community we reach, our vision is simple: to forge sustainable initiatives that breed empowerment and collaboration. This same principle is what keeps us moving forward, allowing us to do more and reach more people, especially during the pandemic. Yes, resources is still a challenge, but similar to our methods in Angat Buhay, we harness the Bayanihan spirit of our people to respond to the most pressing needs. There are many examples. Throughout our COVID-19 response initiatives, we have seen the selflessness of teachers and artists who produced instructional videos which help parents and students adjust to blended learning. The many volunteers, organizations, and ordinary citizens who help provide PPE sets, care kits, and support packages for frontliners. With the help of private partners, we provided shuttle buses and temporary shelters for our health workers. We still regularly distribute food to communities in need, and we source a large part of it from local farmers. In partnership with local governments, we also rolled out Community Marts, a digital palengke delivery service that aims to help market vendors and tricycle drivers improve their income. All of our efforts, from early projects like Bayanihan Eskwela and Bayanihan Buhay, to more recent ones like the Swab Cab, Vaccine Express, and Bayanihan e-Consulta, have only become possible through the selflessness of volunteers and partners. In fact, since we launched eConsulta last April, we have been overwhelmed by the outpouring of support. 1,184 volunteer doctors and 3,574 external volunteer call bridging agents have signed up. All of this became successful because of Bayanihan, because Filipinos from all walks of life, from big companies to ordinary citizens, came together, helped out, and did what they can. This is what we mean when we say that Filipinos respond to the worst of times with the best in ourselves. The best in ourselves means that part of us that refuses to approach the world in terms of us versus them. It is that part of us that sees only a hungry neighbor, a tired frontliner, a child desperate to save his ailing mother, that sees another human being worthy of dignity and empathy and helps without a second thought. This is precisely what Bayanihan means, to treat each individual as worthy of our compassion, to find ways to come together and participate, to reaffirm the truth that the greater the challenge, the greater the imperative for us to contribute, to be involved, to reach out and help. As we continue to face the challenges of the pandemic, we cannot yield to the impulse to shrink into our small islands of self-interest. We must rise as one human family, bound not only by this crisis, but more importantly, by our collective aspirations and a collective resolve to achieve this. The challenges we face are enormous, but with the spirit of Bayanihan guiding our every action, as long as we come together in the spirit of compassion, empathy, community, and love, I have no doubt that we shall overcome. Thank you and keep safe.